All right. Howdy, Twitch. Howdy, YouTube. How you doing? How we feeling? Welcome to the show. You got Jimmy Moreland here for you from Veteran Audio, voice actor, audiobook narrator, and music producer. And today on the show, we're going to be doing like we always do. We're going to be doing some auditions. I know I took a little break yesterday. Was not feeling too great, so sorry for folks who missed the stream yesterday. But today, we are going to do probably a very short YouTube stream because we're going to be getting some audiobook work done today. And the particular audiobook that we are working on can't stream it live on YouTube, but we can do Twitch. So if you're hanging out on Twitch, we're going to be hanging around for a while. But if you're on YouTube, we're just going to be doing our auditions like we normally do. And then we're going to be saying bye-bye to YouTube after the auditions portion is done. So let's take a look at what we're going to be looking at here. We've got Pro Tools on the left. We've got our voiceover websites on the right. And taking a look over here, we've got Voice123. So let's take a look here and see what we've got. Go ahead and refresh the page so we've got the newest numbers here for us. Warbird body armor. Interesting. Soft body armor, bulletproof vest, probably some Kevlar, Interesting. This will be a client that our little personal message that we send to clients, that our little bio, our little short blurb of information might make a difference for this client. All right, let's take a look here. At Warbird, we're on a mission to promote safety, security, and well-being. So when you are in a high-risk environment, you can face your Can we please record? Pro Tools sometimes goes, you know what? I don't want hotkeys to work anymore. And so they just stop. So we have to restart Pro Tools. Very, very cool. Wow, Pro Tools having a hard time even closing. My God. Okay. Let's try that again, Pro Tools. It's the fucking industry standard. It's that's the choice of professionals. It's Pro Tools. And it forgets how to process me pressing the number key 3 on my keyboard. And we're going, and we're opening. Okay. Let's see if it's gonna. There we go. All right. At Warbird, we're on a mission to promote safety, security, and well-being. So when you are in a high-risk environment, you can face your adversaries. Safety, security, and well-being. So when you're in a high-risk environment, you can face your safety, security, and well-being. So when you're in a high-risk environment, you can face your adversaries. Safety, security, and well-being. So when you're in a high-risk environment, you can face your adversaries with courage, knowing you have reliable tools of protection, enhancing trust, peace of mind, and self-confidence. We don't just ask peace of mind and self-confidence. We don't just ask for your trust and loyalty. Peace of mind and self-confidence. We don't just ask for your trust and loyalty. We earn it by proving our dedication knows no bounds. Because at Warbird, we're about discipline over fear, facing the threat head-on at full velocity, close range, with lots of dependent clauses. Warbird, we're about discipline. Warbird, we're about discipline over fear, facing the threat head-on at full velocity, close range. Warbird, we're about discipline over fear. We need to read this whole sentence again. This sentence is like 5 nested dependent clauses. Our dedication knows no bounds. Because at Warbird, we are about discipline over fear, facing the threat head-on at full velocity, close range, with unwavering confidence, unflinching courage, and full commitment. Let's read that last again. Unwavering confidence, unflinching courage, and full commitment. When we say we stand behind our products, we actually mean it. Mean it. Encourage and full commitment. Encourage and full commitment. When we say we stand behind our products, we actually mean it. And we're leaving our products. We actually mean it. and we're leaving an indelible mark on the protection landscape. All right, see how that goes here. Copy this little guy here. Boom. So I may be doing a little bit of a shorter audition portion of the stream. Even though there are tons of auditions in theory, like waiting for us, most of those auditions are crusty old. They're left from perhaps as old as like Wednesday afternoon. After we shut down the stream on Wednesday, we didn't do any more auditions. I didn't do any auditions yesterday, again, because I was feeling under the weather. So some of those auditions might still be hanging around from Wednesday afternoon, and so they're going to be crusty old, and so we'll be probably passing on most of those. Warbird. There we go. Reply to job. Boom. Boom. There we go. About 30 people in front of us in line. We've got a decent chance of being heard. We'll see, though. Inspirational, nostalgic, reflective book promo. It's just a block of text, my God. It's easy to forget the power you'll... Okay. We'll look at one of these. We do love when a client gives us a reference.
People want to know where I find my strength at, where I get my strength. I get it from a lot of places, but right now this...
Okay, so is that the demographic that they're looking for talent, or is that just the vibe?
There's a... She's tired of the day-to-day, right? And her father gets this idea. He says, come with me into the...
That's just a live recording of someone giving a speech. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and give them a read. It's easy to forget the power we hold to make a difference. Imagine a business that doesn't just aim for profit, but strives to create the future we want to see. A future where innovation meets compassion, and success is measured not only in dollars, but in the lives we... I've got some traffic noise out there. We're gonna start this one again here. It's easy to forget the power we hold to make a difference. Imagine a business that doesn't just aim... Lots of weird noises here. It's easy to forget the power we hold to make a difference. Imagine a business that doesn't just aim for profit, but strives to create the future we want to see. A future where innovation meets compassion. Let's keep reading there. Strives to create the future we want to see. A future where innovation meets compassion, and success is measured not only in dollars, but in the lives we touch. Leadership is not about scoring points or crossing the finish line first. In this realm, your worth is determined by your deeds, not your job title. What truly matters is the impact you have on others. Your purpose, your values, your strength, your love, and compassion will guide you towards something greater. Picture this. Your business is thriving, not because it's the largest or smartest, but because you truly care for the people you serve. That puts us just over 50 seconds, and so we're going to call that done. Pretty easy read. That just sort of nice, earnest, tech bro read. Here we go. Bounce this out. We're just going to name it by the job title. 728086. Reply. Here we go. 250. And there that goes. Come on, come on. There we go. All right, next up. See what we got. Urgent. Internal video. Must be able to record today, June 21st. So... This was posted 9:44 a.m. I don't think that, I mean, I think if this really is urgent, they probably already have begun listening to responses and perhaps even made a choice, and they're like trying to line things up. So we're not going to waste our time. This job is deciding, and we can't clear it out of our queue. Extremely annoying. Very, very silly bug of the voices.com website. To demonstrate the bug here, they are deciding. Every one of these jobs here says hiring, which means I can reply to the job or I can archive the job if it's not for me. This one says deciding, and it says in the little pop-up, client is no longer accepting responses. And yet, I can respond. I can send in an audition. The one thing I can't do to this job that says they're no longer accepting responses is I can't archive it. It's fucking stupid. Like, it is the opposite. Like, so dumb. Okay. Next, highly engaging, informative voice for video sales letter. 1 hour. Great budget for 1 hour. We've got a perfect example. Love to see reference files from clients. Oh my God.
Hi there. My name is Dr. Gina Sam, MD, and as the leading gut doctor in New York City, I'm going to talk about the true root cause of constipation and bloating. Trust me, it's not what you think it is. I'm also going to explain exactly why you should never use fiber, laxatives, or probiotics.
Is that AI? That sounds kind of like AI. Just a little strange there. There's already 75 responses. Like, yeah, that's a great budget. I don't know. It just feels weird that would be their reference. I would not be surprised if this was actually the same company. And it feels a little scammy. I'm going to pass on it. Please mark that as read. Thank you. Okay, moving on. Good chance we're going to be archiving the rest of these because there's just too many responses in line ahead of us to make it worth our, like, obviously, yes, we would love to, yes, please give me $5,000 for 90 seconds of audio, but there's already so many people in line ahead of us that it's just not worth, I don't know. Video game character, only 16 responses. I'm wondering why. Elon Musk parody? Okay, that's why they don't have many responses. Another video game voiceover. They're looking for zombie-esque, gravelly. All right. Moving on. Another video game, same client here, Hillbilly, extremely southern. 62 responses. Who needs peace and quiet when you got leaky pipes? 62 people in line ahead of us, and we're only a 90% on that. Yeah. Here, why are there only 10 responses? So they're not saying explicitly that they want bilingual talent. You know, they could just be casting for the English side of this, and separately they will cast the Spanish side of this. I speak a fair amount of Spanish. They probably want a genuine native Spanish speaker for the Spanish version. So that would not be me. So it's interesting that I guess other people are being scared away by that English and Spanish and thinking, oh, if I'm not bilingual, then I'm not going to audition for this because it's a decent budget for how short the copy is. This thing is another super, super annoying, like voices.com. Every website, every platform has their own annoying things about them. The two biggest things that annoy the hell out of me on Voices are the inability to archive jobs once it goes from hiring to deciding. That's just stupid. It is literally opposite from how it should work. And the other super, super annoying thing on voices.com is animation as a category. So many clients miscategorize their work, their jobs as animation. This is not an animation job. This is a video narration job. The video may be animated, but that doesn't mean it's an animation job. Animation, like you need to be thinking Looney Tunes, like Animaniacs, like that's animation. This is just an online ad. It's a video narration. So I wish that when clients selected animation when they were posting their job, I wish they would get a little pop-up that says like, "Are you sure? Is this Looney Tunes? Is this Disney? Because if it isn't, then please just pick video narration, you idiots." I'm not saying that this client's an idiot. They're just inexperienced. Clearly, they have no ratings, so they haven't been doing this for long. We're gonna go ahead and give this a read. Why not? The freezer section is where we get frozen fruits and veggies for our busy days. That way, we can still eat healthy, even if we don't have as much time to cook together. Sure. Not the most natural read, but it's not the most natural copy, so that's what they're getting. Healthy eating. God damn it. Parent. Okay, here we go. I am conversational in Spanish, but I understand if you prefer to hire talent that is authentic to the demographic. You don't want to mislead anybody. You want to be like fully transparent and open. That's better for business in the long term. All right, here we go. Here we go. $3,000 for the candidate. Non-union only. Okay, it's cat food. Like, interesting. All right. 100 people in line in front of us. Ain't no way we're going to get heard, so we're going to pass. 94 people in line. Going to pass. 58 people in line for... Oh, the evocation ad. How fun. Evocation is... it's a conference that is for people who are voice talent. It's people in the vocation of... So you get it, V-O, voiceover, vocation. And this is an online version. They do in-person versions of the conference. So the online version is evocation, virtual conference. I don't know why people are reporting this. But given that the folks, I think it's probably Anne that posted these, right? Anyway, the folks that posted these, they know what the hell they're doing. They've seen millions of spec sheets. And so here we are. We've got loads and loads and loads of good stuff here. So let's make a fool of ourselves. Does your voiceover business need a boost? Then join us for eVocation 2024, the world's only virtual conference devoted to the business of voiceover. This virtual event brings together the VO industry's biggest names and incorporates many of the social and networking benefits of a real-world conference, all from the comfort of home. Let's read that again. Hello, for God's sake. Working benefits of a real-world conference, all from the comfort of... Working benefits of a real-world conference, all from the comfort of... Working benefits of a real-world conference, all from the comfort of home and for a fraction of the cost. Learn, network, and have fun this September 20th to 22nd. Find out more at This September 20th to 22nd. Find out more at This September 20th to 22nd. Find out more at vocationconference.com. Okay. Okay, and I will definitely be customizing my response quite a bit to this, to the response to this ad. Bounce this out. Evocation. So let's reply. Turn that stuff off. Here we go. General. Is inbox. They sent out an email as well to people who have attended this in the past, and I have. All right, and then we'll give them the boilerplate response below that. They'll get that. All right, 300 is the budget. Select the file, evocation. 58 responses, but I get the feeling that in particular these folks will listen to. There's a good chance they'll listen to all of them because of who they are and what they're doing here. All right, let's take a look here. Next up, 73 responses, and we are only 90% voice match. Let's see why. Probably because the instructor role. God, I got to do that. Let's take a look. Again, 90%, and again, narrator. Why am I only a 90% match on this? Oh, video games. That's why. The dragon. Oh. So you're fully narrating. Interesting. Amused, the dragon chuckled. No trouble at all. I shall take human form. The banquet was a lavish affair, with tantalizing dishes and exquisite wines that delighted the dragon. Interesting. Usually this client's jobs, I just skip them because they've got really, really low budgets. But this time they've got a decent budget. But we're only at 90%. There's already 67 responses ahead of us in line, so we're going to pass on it. This is closer. So this is the same client. Lower budget. Still better than they usually post. Maybe this is for like a particularly well-funded project. I don't know. But we're only a 70% match because it's video games. So that's going to knock off 10% off of us. And then the role and its styles, you know, I don't have a demo that's tagged with detective as the role. So the 70% wouldn't necessarily be something that would deter me because how many of these people do we think are really going to be up at 100%? Like, how many demos do you have to have before you tag one with detective? I don't think so, but we're still gonna pass on that. We've got our AT&T bills ready. Neat. Audio tour narration. Accents needed. What accents? European accent. Scandinavian or Eastern European preferred. That is not us. And we're not going to fake it. We've got this client again. And what are they actually looking for? Character description: anthropomorphic alien technician in a futuristic technical old scratched suit. Okay, we're going to pass on that because we're only at 70%. And that's everything on voices.com. Let's refresh. Actually, we're just going to do this. We're going to go through each of these Voice123 clients and make sure that none of them will be showing their full first and last name in the client information section. It's very rare that that happens, but the folks at Voice123 asked me in a very nice email if I could not show those clients who do have their full first and last name on display. We've got one here, so let me look at this off stream to see if this would be one I would do. The budget is super low, so it's one that I'm going to decline anyway. So we've done that. And let's see if any of these others, we got a couple more here to look at. No, and no. Okay. Everything else has been sanitized. So let's take a look and figure out which one of these jobs we're going to clear out immediately that we know that we're not going to do. And the easiest way to do that, I'll zoom in. So right here, this is a good example here. These two numbers, 28 out of 25. This client has requested to hear 25 proposals. I presume they've paid to hear that many. They have already received 28 proposals, so they've gotten more than they've asked for. I believe, my suspicion is that in order to hear proposals 26 and beyond, I think they have to pay a little bit more. I'm not sure that that's the case, but intuitively that makes sense that that's how it would work on the client side. I've never been on the client side, so I don't know for sure. But suffice it to say, it's extremely unlikely that we will be heard if we submit an audition, a proposal on Voice123. They just call them proposals. For any job where the first number is bigger than the second number, no way we're going to get heard. So we're going to just clear it out. Next one here, 50 out of 50. We're not going to get heard. 35 out of 35, 62 out of 50, 56 out of 50, 33 out of 25. And I believe that's everything that is completely full up. It is. Next, I'm going to clear out anything that says looking for a quote. This right here is my single biggest complaint about how Voice123 works. You live and die by the algorithm on Voice123. And the way that when it's working correctly, that means it's encouraging talent to only submit auditions for jobs that we truly are well suited for. So that way on the client side, when they get all these auditions in, they're only getting voices that really closely match their specs that they posted. I don't know that that's necessarily good in the broader scheme of things, because I think it is good for clients to hear a variety of voices. I think that a lot of clients are also really, really bad at posting specs. Like, they don't know what they want. And so I think that having an algorithm that at its core punishes talent for being a little bit outside of spec on something, I think that's not good. I don't think that's a positive thing for the community or for the industry. And I don't think it's a positive thing for the clients. So that's my thought there. But what the looking for a quote, if you just sort of accept like, hey, whatever, that's the name of the game, the algorithm, it works the way it works, or whatever. The looking for a quote thing, actually, it throws another wrench in there, because suddenly you might get penalized in the algorithm if you can't read minds. And none of us can. I have no idea what this client's budget is. I don't know if they've got like a good, solid, realistic budget and they're prepared to pay something in the ballpark of a fair market rate. Or I don't know if they think they're going to come here and pay $5 to talent. I have no idea, because it just says looking for a quote. And it kind of seems like they're kind of encouraging talent out there to race to the bottom, which, like, that's not what these websites should be for. Voice123 and voices.com, I'm paying a lot of money every year to be a member of these websites. And so they should be the gatekeepers of shitty clients. Like, they should be the ones keeping the truly like garbage jobs out of my feed. Clients can take that shit to Upwork and Fiverr. That's what those websites are for. So when you say looking for a quote, I don't know what that means. So if I quote you too high because you've got a garbage budget, you're not going to hire me and you're not going to shortlist me. And so I'm going to get punished in the algorithm because you have too low of a budget and you were shocked when I quoted a fair market rate. On the other hand, say they do have like a really big budget and they, maybe they didn't fully fill out all of their usage and stuff or whatever, but maybe they've got a really high budget and you come in with a conservative quote and you're like, okay, like, looking for a quote. Oh, I'm going to be competitive, but I'm not going to be total bottom of the barrel, but I'll be competitive. And you'll quote $200 where the client is expecting to pay $1,500. Suddenly that client looks at you and goes, oh, this talent, they're clearly not a professional. They don't know what this job should be worth. So we're not going to hire them and we're not going to shortlist them. Suddenly now you're getting punished for your quote being too low. So without some kind of indication of where the quote, like what the client's budget is, this is fucking useless. Looking for a quote helps no one talent-wise. Maybe it helps this client. Maybe they get some true race to the bottom quotes. Maybe they get some $5 quotes. And you know what? Good for them. But this is voice123.com. I am paying $888 a year to be a member of this site. And if we've got clients showing up here who are gaming the system for a race to the bottom, then what the fuck am I doing on voice123.com when I could be over on Fiverr and Upwork doing the same shit and not paying $888 a year to be a member of those websites? This is trash. It's garbage. It doesn't belong on this website. I generally try to be like kind and everything on this channel. But no, this is garbage. It's bad. Decline. And I'm going to put here, looking for a quote is less than worthless. We are not mind readers, and I'm not going to risk my position in the algorithm. Like, the people at Voice123, they really do read all of these little reports, these little comments. They really do read these because they respond to them. So I'm just going to keep doing the same comment over and over and over again until someone gets it in their head to like actually like propose it to old, what's his name, Lars or whatever the current CEO. I think starts with a V. Anyway, like, yeah, it's just it's the single worst feature on Voice123 that clients can just say looking for a quote. Yeah. Based on a client's cowardice, cowardly aversion to sharing their budget. And I have a feeling I'm going to be sending this one more than once. Okay. We've got another one here, looking for a quote. We would not be good talent for this anyway because they're looking for British talent, but they're looking for a quote. And so, paste that again. Next. Do we have any more looking for a quote? No, but look at these budgets. Like, we've been seeing, we see what we get over on voices.com. And then you come look at the budgets. Now, granted, like we cleared out the jobs that were full up. And obviously the jobs that are full up, they're full up for a reason because those are going to tend to have higher budgets and so on and so forth. But just seeing $75, like $50, $100, like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? let's start at the top here. 30-second podcast ad for voiceover conference. Okay, this is the evocation. Accept invite. Here we go. Double the hell. Let's just copy paste what I sent. Let's go answered over here. My response. Copy. There we go. All right, there we go. I'm curious, like, voices, probably my real single biggest gripe about voices is that they claim to like own client relationships like in perpetuity, which is like, whatever, dudes. Let's take a look here. Okay, Sazerac whiskey. Do they want Southern? It doesn't say. Not exactly Chris Stapleton, but sort of in that realm. A sort of charred voice. All right, let's give it to him. In life, we all have our go-tos that make things a little easier. Those boots, that hat, that whiskey. Go-tos that make things a little easier. Let's read the whole thing again here. In life, we all have our go-tos that make things a little easier. Those boots, that hat, that whiskey. Introducing Traveler Whiskey, a blended whiskey Introducing Traveler Whiskey, a blended whiskey hand-selected by Chris Stapleton and Buffalo Trace Distillery. That's easy. Stapleton and Buffalo Trace Distillery. Let's Chris Stapleton. We're going to make a mid-sentence cut here. Hand-selected by Chris Stapleton and Buffalo Trace Distillery. That's easy to find along your travels. Drink it neat on the... It's easy to find along your travels. Drink it neat on the rocks. Wait, what? It's easy to find along your travels. Drink it neat on the rocks. It's easy to find. Tastes great in a cocktail like a Lucky Penny or simple. It's easy to find along your travels. Drink it neat on the rocks. Tastes great in a cocktail like a Lucky Penny or simple whiskey lemonade. Put down your hat, kick up your boots, and pour yourself a Traveler whiskey. Easy to drink. Easy to drink. Easy to drink. Hard. Easy to drink. Hard not to love. All right. We did punch and roll for everything except for that very last section there. So we're going to have to make sure we do that here. And we did a mid-sentence punch and roll here, which means we're not making a cut at a breath, but that's easy enough right there. I don't even need to listen to that. I know that's a good edit. And then here, that'll be the edit right there. Self a Traveler whiskey. Easy to drink. Hard not to love. Here we go. Turn on D-click. Sazerac Traveler. Sazerac Traveler. Reply. General. 300. Select. There we go. Next one's ready to go. Back to Voice123. And there's the email for the job, but we already did it. Okay. So this one, we already replied to that, right? Moving on. Versatility in emotional 50 to 60s supporting casting. Is this TTS? What's going on here? Non-union, yada, yada, yada. I don't understand. Okay. Interesting. So this does seem like a genuine job, like highly confidential. They're going to need an NDA. This is standard for some of the higher level jobs that do come across. And I guess in that case this makes sense, but I still think they should have provided like a generic example line. Like, they don't have to do anything that like is actually in the script or gives anything away. They could have asked ChatGPT just to give us something that sort of aligns with this, just so that all of the talent that they're considering is reading the same words so that they can compare apples to apples. But now they're going to be getting demos and all kinds of shit, and it's going to be a mess. Like, someone who's posted this many projects should know better. I don't understand people, you know? Like, I don't understand. No, just fucking, I don't understand people. Okay. Bros, $50. $50? Man. No, fuck you. $50? Take this shit to Fiverr. A cannabis PSA. Public service announcement. Discouraging improper use of cannabis. Like, not $75? Nah, man. Get this shit out of here. Am I no longer top 20% talent? Let me briefly take this off full screen. I don't want to show off any client information. I'm still top 20% talent. Why am I seeing this dog shit? $100. No. Just obnoxious, man. 125. Next generation X gauges. Professional in a casual way. Educated, a little gritty. Yeah. Okay, we get it. We'll read this. Introducing the next generation X. Introducing the next generation X. Since they were Hello? Introducing the next generation X. Since they were originally introduced, the LMI family of handheld fixture measurement tools. Introducing the next generation X. Since they were originally introduced, the LMI family of handheld fixture measurement tools has evolved from wired to wireless gauges, adding a lot of new customer requests. Family of handheld fixture measurement tools has evolved from wired to wireless gauges, adding a lot of new customer requested features. And the evolution continues today. With the next generation X gauges. Introducing the new LMI 200X, 241X. We're going to not read the parentheses. Or maybe we will. Yeah, we will. The next generation X gauges. Introducing the new LMI 200X Surface, 241X Flush and Gap, and TPX True Position gauges. Featuring a robust OLED screen for easy viewing, tolerance adjustment. OLED screen for easy viewing, tolerance adjustment, which allows the unit to be used in standalone operation. Long-lasting rechargeable lithium-ion battery, which will power the gauge enough for approximately 60. We're going to make this cut here. This is going to be a cheeky cut. Testing rechargeable lithium-ion battery, which will power the gauge. Testing rechargeable lithium-ion battery, which will power the gauge enough for approximately. Testing rechargeable lithium-ion battery, which will power the gauge enough. Testing rechargeable lithium-ion battery. Oh my God, it's the sentence is fucked up. Which will power the gauge enough. Like, the word enough is completely superfluous. We don't need the word enough there. It'll power the gauge for approximately 60,000 measurements. Enough doesn't need to be in there. Testing rechargeable lithium-ion battery, which will power the gauge enough for approximately 60,000 measurements. Industry common USB-C charging. The ability to lock and unlock the features to prevent accidental changes. Industry common USB-C charging. The ability to lock and unlock the features to prevent accidental changes to the gauge's configuration. The ability to flip the accidental changes to the gauge's configuration. Actually, we're going to say that's good enough there. We're over 50 seconds. Industry standard is 50 to 60 seconds. No need to give any more for a typical voiceover audition. Audiobooks, it's 3 to 5 minutes. Don't be reading a 15-minute audiobook audition. That ain't your job. Give them 3 to 5 minutes, even if they've given you way too much script to work with. I have booked an audiobook, and it's turned into an entire series from a job, from an audition posting, where they posted like a 15-minute audition script, and I gave them 4 or 5 minutes. And the author came back like, oh, like, I noticed you didn't read it all. I was like, yeah, I'm fucking not going to. Give me the job or don't. And he was like, oh, okay. I guess I'll give you the job. Let's see here. Next Gen X gauges. The word gauge makes no sense. Okay, accept invite. Drop that there. Delete all shit. Submit. God damn it. You bastard. Alright. Make inactive there. Make you small. Come back here. And we are ready for the next one. Scottish VO to sound like Sean Connery, James Bond. This is a VO used in a live performance as a buyout to be used in the future run of show. So, you know, it's funny. The very, very first ever paid voiceover job I ever did would have been maybe 2005. Nearly 20 years ago. And it was a Sean Connery sound-alike for a video game that supposedly at some point hit the Xbox marketplace or whatever, to where you could like download it on your original Xbox. Just some little indie game. But yeah, I provided a Sean Connery-like voice. And it was like a submarine game, sort of like a side-scroller, like, oh, you're in a submarine and you're like, you know, shooting monster squids and stuff or whatever. And so like there were lines like, we've been hit, and stuff like that. And it was really fun. It was a fun, like, silly little job. I actually went into this like kind of a rinky-dinky little studio and recorded these lines. But I can say that I have been doing voiceover professionally in some capacity or another for just about 20 years now. So there you go. But I will not be doing this job because I don't have enough confidence in my Sean Connery. Even though I did it 20 years ago, I'm gonna pass on this one now. We've got we need to get on that pretty soon here, but for right now, yeah, we're gonna pass on this one. Let's head over to ACX and see if any of these jobs look good to us. Now, we're probably just going to talk about these jobs and not actually do any auditions here because I am so booked up with audiobook work right now that I cannot imagine taking on another book. I've got authors of series who are like coming back to me to do like the next sequel and the next sequel, and I'm booked out to December at this point, and like having to tell authors like, hey, I know you want me to do this next book in July, but it looks like it's going to be like maybe August or September before I get to your book. I hope that's okay. Please don't fire me. But looking at this, I have seen everything from prompted down but Duty's Cost is new. And I can tell you right away, looking at the cover, this is absolutely something I would generally be interested in auditioning for. And holy, look at this length. 22 hours. 208,000 words. I have not done a book that long. I think the longest book I've done is like 16 hours, thereabouts. And that's a long project. I think the average is like around 8 hours. I think it's like the average on Audible. This is a hell of a holy. Let's see about this title here. Val Rafter's luck may have finally run out. Kidnapped by Russians and held at gunpoint on a ship crossing the Black Sea at night towards Crimea, Val is forced to... Third novel. All right, they've given a lot of information here. So, like, man, if I wasn't so booked up, hell yes, I would be all over this. It's got a military bent to it. All this, man. Wait, who is that? Hold on. Army buddy of mine. Oh, so this person is a veteran himself. He was Special Operations Aviation. So I'm wondering if he was a JTAC or if he was an aviator himself. Okay. Man, so he was in the Army well before I was in the Air Force. But man, I don't know, man. Like, that's the thing, though. Like, God. Let's take a look at the script. I may be getting myself into trouble here, because it's like, yeah, this would be fun to do, but then if I were to get a message from this author saying, "Hey, I want to book you," I would panic. I would absolutely have a panic attack because I'm so busy. I don't have time to narrate a 22-hour book. But maybe if I just quote him super high, maybe if I sabotage myself and say, like, yeah, I want $5 million per finished hour. Okay, chapter 1, 17 February 2014, 1,807 hours. Ilichivsk, Ukraine. Ilichivsk. We would have to look that up. Bound, gagged, and hooded in the trunk of the car. Val flexed his fingers. They were numb. Plastic ties also bit into his ankles. I swear this asshole is hitting every pothole on purpose. God, this seems like so much fun, and if I had seen this audition, if this had come up 3 months ago, hell yes, I would be all over this. I would probably like overthink it and like try to make the most perfect audition that has ever been done, and then not get the job. But this is a great job for whoever out there gets this, because I am too busy. I cannot do it. I would submit an audition, and if the author was like, "Yeah, I want to book you. When can you get started?" I'll be like, in 2025, that's when I can get started. Like, it would be absolutely ridiculous in June to submit an audition and then be like, I can't deliver this year, because I would not be able to deliver this book this year. Because if I tack this on to the end of my queue, so early mid-December, I can't produce 22 hours in that time. And especially with all the holiday stuff, we'll probably have family and travel and ain't no way I would be able to get this delivered before January 1. And so me trying to establish a professional relationship with this author and being like, "Hey, yeah, here's my audition. I can get to it in 6 months." That's ridiculous. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to pass. But man, that is a juicy audiobook job out there for somebody. So good luck to whoever's out there trying to get that one. That'll be a really fun project. And it looks like it's well written, well formatted audition script for sure. This author or rights holder has really put a lot of work into making this a ready to go, prepared document for us talent. So that's super cool to see. That will wrap up the audition portion of our live stream. So that means we're going to get over into our audiobook. Now, once again, this is the audiobook that we have been hired to produce by our friends at Podium Audio. It's my first time working for a big boy, full high-end publisher, a publisher with some gravitas, with some legitimacy, one that you're proud to put on your resume. And so we're really excited to do this project. And the book is really good. It's called Final Engagement, and it is a memoir of a Marine Corps officer's time in Afghanistan. He served as an advisor to the Afghan National Security Forces, and came away with some interesting takeaways, which reflect my own experience in Afghanistan. He was there just shortly after I was there, and he was there in the same part of the country that I was in as well. So our experiences align pretty well. But we do definitely have to shut down the YouTube side of things. And in fact, I think we're going to shut down the whole stream for now, and we may come back and do some live narrating. Otherwise, it's getting warm in the booth. And so you may notice that most days I'm wearing the same button-up shirt. This is just for show. This is just for y'all. I'm wearing a regular t-shirt under here, and it's getting warm in here. So I would like to narrate perhaps in just a t-shirt, but I can't do that to y'all. So we're probably just going to shut down the stream. So I want to say thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you got something useful out of this. If you did, go ahead and hit the buttons that people ask you to hit. If you want to give me money to talk for you, for your business or service or whatever it is that you're hawking, head over to veteranaudio.com, and my contact information is there. You can get in contact with me, and I'll talk for you for money. I hope that your auditions are going well for the voice talent that are checking this out, and I wish you good luck, and I hope that you have a lovely, lovely weekend. We'll see you again. Cheers. Bye.